thinking I might do that. It's of course it's going to sound a bit strange without pianos and the full band and everything, but the 12-string is almost like a piano, you know. Yeah, let me get my own place there. You pick up, yeah. Too fast, aren't I? Never mind. I remember when I first started out trying to play the guitar and sing the blues. Popular music was something very different today from what it is today. Back in 1957, we didn't have any festivals or that kind of thing. Newport Jazz Festival had only just been invented, I think. And dominating the hit parade in those days were people like Frankie Lane and Johnny Ray and Joe Stafford, Patti Page, Doris Day, Rosemary Clooney. So you can imagine the strange little bunch of people I was part of. We would never get invited to any grand places. So we literally had to go and do it out on the streets. You know the kind of thing? Walking up and down theater lines as the people were going into movie houses or coming out. You'd leave an old hat or similar receptacle on the sidewalk for people to toss small change into if they liked you. But all of this playing of guitars in the streets and begging for money, because that's after all what it was considered an affront to public decency. It was an act of vagrancy for which you could be arrested. One fatal night, a large hand-like fist descended on my shoulder. It was the long arm of the law. Me, an innocent 17-year-old youth, was dragged off struggling and screaming, guitar in hand, hat full of pennies, to the police station. Next morning in the Marlborough Street Magistrates Court, this police officer who had arrested me gave his evidence. I was proceeding in a southerly direction, my lord, when all of a sudden I hear the sound of this Boogie-Woogie music. On further investigation, I saw the defendant standing there with a guitar in his hand and an old hat full of pennies. Well, I decided this contravened a breach of the peace, so I arrested him. I felt his collar, so to speak. Just one moment, officer, said the magistrate. It was indeed he, his lordship, not my famous impersonation of Prince Charles, although the two voices do sound a lot alike. What is this wooja music we're talking about? Well, Your Honor, said the policeman, getting out his notebook. It's a form of jazz rhythm music first invented by Rod Stewart, I believe. Oh, you mean Rod the Mod Stewart? Yeah, the one and the same, Your Honor. Oh, I've heard of him. Now, what was the defendant doing playing this riotous Rod the Mod music? Well, the policeman could not answer that question. Neither could Bobby Cameron. Neither could anyone in Syracuse. But I shall always remember that police officer and his Boogie-Woogie. So don't try to lay no Boogie-Woogie on the king of rock and roll. Don't tell me none of no lies, woman. It's all you said I'm told. I don't want to hear no alibi, sister. That's all you got, I'm sold. You better leave it at midnight and freak it to the one who worked it out. You know that if you really just can't dig it, you don't know what it's all about now. Oh, it ain't a matter matter of cocaine fiends to satisfy your suffering soul. Don't try to lay no boogie-woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. I don't want none of McDonald's hamburgers when you know that I'm used to steak. I can't abide no rank beginners when it's time to shake that shake. You better pull your thing together, reach on and dusting out. You know that if you really just can't dig it, you don't know what it's all about. It ain't a matter of pork and beans to satisfy your soul. Don't try to lay no boogie-woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Everybody singing now, don't try to lay no boogie-woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. You weren't alive when they started to jive, so don't you try to put none on me. You didn't arrive till late 45, but your head's at 53. Got what it takes to keep their heads a-spinning down by the old red shack. You come on like a fool a grinning in the back of a red Cadillac. You can't come across the Peace Arch Bridge until you pay the toll. Don't try to lay no boogie-woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to a magnificent guitar player here, Bobby Cameron. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yes, 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 yes. We'd like to thank the staff and technicians for doing such a splendid job on the sound. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to thank the lighting technicians because they're not working at the moment. They don't need them until a few hours down the road when Robert hits the stage. So don't you try it, oh yes. And I should thank Bernie for inviting me down and putting up with my tardiness. Thank you, Bernie. Don't you try to lay no boogie-woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Ow! Ow! And wishes bon voyage as we drive off to Columbus, Ohio. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Mr. Long John Baldry, folks, give it up.